Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So thank you for joining me tonight in my little shed. Cold, horrible, frosty night tonight. Before I get into this video, which is a tag response video, I just want to show you what I'm actually doing out here tonight. And that is, as you can see, I've got a storage box here and I'm starting to compile the contents of an up and coming giveaway. So as you're probably all aware, if you followed me for any time, I'm starting to approach another big milestone on my YouTube channel. So obviously, you know me, I always do a giveaway at these milestone points. Just quickly, recently one of my long-time subscribers and followers, watchers, messaged my missus during a conversation on our eBay shop. And he said, when's the title get going to do another giveaway? So yes, I do understand, and I've not done a mystery box giveaway for a while. But that being said, the giveaway for my next big milestone, I hope should make up for that. It should be quite substantial. I intend to do a main prize giveaway and maybe one, maybe two runner-up prize giveaways as well. Because I'm approaching around 3,000 subscribers. So again, thank you all very much. So getting on to the subject of tonight's video, stay tuned. Welcome back. So on to the main subject of tonight's video, and that is a bit of a tag response video. And I was tagged by my good mate, Survival Dad. I will put a link to his channel in my description box below, as always. Please go check him out. Tell him Mad Dog sent you. He's a proper decent fella, down to earth, no airs and graces. Proper good, salt of the earth type of guy. What you see is what you get. I like that sort of thing, you know. He's into the outdoors, the bushcraft survival type of thing, as a dad. So sometimes he's out showing his kids the theirs and therefores. So yeah, please go check him out. That's Survival Dad. He's tagged me into a video where it is tips or advice for complete beginners into our genre of subject, obviously bushcraft survival, camping, the outdoors. In our day it used to be called fieldcraft, whatever you want to call it, enjoying the outdoors for a complete novice, a complete beginner. And Survival Dad did a video showing his 5 tips or tricks, all absolutely, in my opinion, sound advice. But I'm going to go just a little ways back from that, rather than just talking about kit ideas. I'm going to go a little bit further back and talk about your preparation prior to using kit. So stay tuned and I'll give you my top 5 tips, bits of advice for complete beginners. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've got my old bones comfortable on the bench. I've got a few notes in front of me, so bear with me. These are in no particular order of priority, but for me, in my opinion, and it's just purely that, my opinion, I'm not professing to be no expert or nothing like that, but just from some experience and you know, a good healthy background into this subject, these are things that I would advise any newcomer to consider. So firstly, number 1, my tip or advice would be always have a get out plan. Now what I mean by that is, if you're heading off out into the wild, into the wilderness, always, especially if you're a beginner and you're going into unfamiliar territory, always let somebody know where you're going, when you are supposed to be there, and when you are supposed to get back, and what route you will be taking. Now, whilst I know this sounds so basic, boring and mundane, a lot of beginners fail to do this and can get into a sticky situation because they cannot get help to them, because nobody knows where they are. So that being said, I would also on that advocate that you practice your comms, your communications. So whether that be a mobile phone, you know, a satellite phone, if you go into extremes, just walkie-talkies even, you know, talkie-walkies, CBs, whatever your form of communication is, even just your, you know, your cell phone, your mobile phone, make sure that your communications, your comms, work within them environments you're going to, so you're not getting a signal blackout in a valley or a peak, etc. So you can call for help should you need it. That would be my tip or trick number one, is have yourself a get out plan. Okay, so tip or advice number two from me would be the 7 P's. Proper planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. Whilst it is an old adage, it still rings very true today. So before you go out into the field, into the wilderness, whatever kit you choose to carry, whatever you intend to do whilst you're out, practice and try your kit in your home environment first. So if you're trialing a new tent, pitch it at home or somewhere safe, so you know that it's going to be waterproof, you know how to put it up, you know there are no items missing from your new kit. Get familiar with your kit. Practice your kit until you can do it pretty much in all conditions, including the dark. So be prepared for the unforeseen, which means you've got to know your kit. You've got to know what you can do and what your kit can do, and trust both. So for me, that's a big one, is always try your kit out in a controlled, safe environment at home before you go off into the wilderness. Set up camp and then realise, crikey me, half of this kit's missing, or I don't know how to use this. Then you're in trouble. That will be my advice number two. Okay, so number three, moving on quickly to number three. This is something I do feel quite passionate about, and this is for anybody in any capacity that have any outdoor or active sports or hobbies, and that is seek professional first aid training before you do anything. Whether you're a kayaker, a windsurfer, a rock climber, a camper, a bushcrafter, whatever the hell it is, a footballer, a push cyclist, anything, seek professional training in first aid. Why wouldn't you? You know, it's okay going out having a jolly good time, but if something goes wrong, and it can, and it will, then especially in our field of craft where you're using sharp implements, fire and tripping hazards, that's not a good combination. So be prepared for a bad situation. Get some professional training to go with your kit. It's no good having a whole, a paramedic kit with you and not being able to know how to use it. So first aid training absolutely is a must in my opinion. And to back that up a little ways, if you're an absolute beginner to any outdoors activity, I would also suggest learning basic, if not advanced, at least basic navigation skills, so that you can at least leave somebody some idea where you've been, where you're going, and yourself, so that somebody that has to come and rescue you has an idea, so they're not put at risk. And you can also, if you're not in that situation, you can get your ass back out the way you came in. So that will be my tip or advice number three. Okay, here we go with number four. So for me, especially being an old man, and probably, people say that you get wiser as you get older. I think sometimes you forget stuff as well, so it works both ways. But yes, generally I think you do get wiser as you get older and you slow down. I believe that your mentality changes as you get older. It's true, your hormones change as you get older. You get less fierce, less fiery, you get more mellow. And that being said, I'm trying to relay this as if my audience were young people and complete novices at what we're doing. So I would say slow down and take your time. It's like the old wise Chinese man says, to see, first you must look, and to hear, first you must listen. And to do that, you've got to slow down. Now, where I'm going to with this is choose a skill that you want to learn, whether it be firelighting, spoon carving, how to tie your ridge line, whatever the hell it may be within our sector. There's thousands of things to learn, millions of things to learn. Choose one skill that you want to master and practice it religiously until you can do it instinctively. Before you can go out and own a skill, you've got to know it inside out, backwards and upside down, in my opinion. And the only way you're going to do that is to practice, practice, practice. So if you're doing, I don't know, for example, a ridge line, do it left to right, do it right to left, do it with thick rope, do it with thin rope, do it different methods, do it in the dark, do it in the day. Once you know, I'm pretty comfortable with that now, then move on. Don't rush. Don't choose a bow drill fire, and away we go, and I failed. Oh, now I'm going to do a top. That'll come back to that. Now I'm going to do flint and steel. Don't get yourself in that. I want to do it all straight away. This is a marathon, not a sprint hobby. It's a process of learning. It can take, well, it does take years and years and years. Anybody, in my opinion, who says I'm an expert at X, Y, and Z stops learning. The day you call yourself an expert is the day you stop learning. Never be arrogant and say, I'm an expert. Every day is a school day for everybody at whatever level of learning you're already at. There is always something more to learn, always something more to experience. So don't rush. It's a lifetime hobby. That would be, I guess, advice from an old man aimed at young people. So I guess that's number 4 wrapped up. Don't rush. Okay, wrapping up with a bit of advice number 5. Crikey me, this was meant to be a quick video. I can't help it, guys and lasses. I'm passionate about this. So when I get started, you know what it's like. It's like an avalanche. I can't help myself. So please bear with me. So my advice number 5 would be about kit. We all love kit. We'll seem to have that common bond of the love of kit as well as the outdoors. It's a common talking point and subject. So on the subject of kit, I would say and agree with Survival Dad, totally agree with him when he says it doesn't have to be expensive. Absolutely true. That being said, and as you can see, a lot of my kit is very cheap, very affordable, should I say, not necessarily cheap. That being said, another tip or piece of advice from me, and it is opinion based, is also when you're choosing an item, don't be too proud and too frightened of buying quality, well looked after second-hand or pre-owned items. I personally would rather buy a quality second-hand, well looked after item than a brand new cheap, mass-produced, tinny, modern, poorly made item that will probably cost the equivalent, if not more, just to have the shiny new label and or the famous brand on it. I would rather have old school, tried and tested. If it's old, it's going to be tried and tested, and look online, the reviews will be there. Nothing that we do is new. The reviews will be there. So if it's well tried and tested, good quality, simple as well, that's something else I'm passionate about, is if it's simple, it will be reliable, it will be durable, it will be repairable if it is damaged or broken. If it's modern, it's usually complex, made to be throwaway, not made to be repaired, made to be minimum lifespan, so you have to go and buy another one. Let's be honest, it's a business. So my advice would be buy good quality second-hand over cheap new. And if you are going to buy new, buy the best that you can afford within your budget once. You know, it's like buying a pair of boots. Buy one real good expensive pair that fit nice, that you will be able to trust once, rather than 4 or 5 pairs that are uncomfortable, fall to pieces, not watertight, etc., which if you add them up will be more than the one good quality pair of boots. For an example, buy it right once, especially with some of the bushcraft kit that we have on offer. It will last you a lifetime with proper care and maintenance. So that's my 5. I know I've rambled on, but it's easy to talk about single kit items, and I think as a newcomer or a complete novice or beginner, we need to get our self in order first. We need to be prepared ourselves irregardless of whatever kit we choose to carry. That's a personal choice in my opinion, but your own safety, your own mentality and your own parachute. Always have a parachute, always have a get out plan. Safety comes first for me, being an old an old fart now, you know. I'm not gung-ho as I was when I was a young man. A little bit of safety, a little bit of prior planning goes a long way. Anyway, thank you very much, Survival Dad, for the tag. I've really enjoyed rambling on about this one. It's been an interesting one, to be honest, to actually compile and think about. I hope you guys and lasses that are all old and wrinkly like me understand why I'm doing this. If you're still with me, wow, thank you very much. And for those of you that are new to this, I hope you find some of this useful. I really, really, truly mean that, because it is important, I believe, the items that I've expressed. Go out and have some fun. Right, I'm going to leave this as an open tag, so if anybody else wants to chuck in, please, I'm not going to tag anybody because this is quite a personal one, so please bail in, have a go. You know, if you want to message me and say I've done a video, please do, because I don't manage, you know, I'm subscribed to like 4,000 people. I can't watch everybody's content every day. I don't expect you guys and lasses to watch me every day. There ain't enough hours in the day. So with that, I'm going to sign off, let you all do about your business, do whatever you're all doing. Stay safe, have fun, and until next time, which won't be long, Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.